Hello, friendos. Welcome to one of the few face-to-face videos that I'm going to pretty much do for E3. I'm going to do this one and then another one, and we'll see how that goes. Anyway, guys, E3 today. I wanted to do a recap or a go over of basically the best E3 presentation that was out there, and we had that today. Jesus Christ! Oh God! Me as a fan of just video games in general, this E3 has been very poor. There hasn't been anything from EA, Ubisoft, Bethesda, uh, Ubisoft and Ubisoft and Bethesda were just. What were you thinking? Ubisoft more than Bethesda, but what were you thinking? Let me know something. I mean, you can't go into E3 with a whole bag of nothing. But luckily, Microsoft had somewhat of a good one, and Square Enix, you saved it. You actually turned that stuff around for a little bit of hype. Like, there was no hype before Square Enix, and then Square Enix had theirs, and then all hell broke loose. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, Nintendo's Direct starts off really good with some Smash Bros. Announcements. As you're seeing right here, I'm just gonna let this scene do the talking. I was super excited because I've got the DLC for Smash Brothers, and we haven't seen anything for the DLC here in a while. So seeing Smash Bros. Right off the bat was good, and it was deserved. It was deserved because we've been waiting. But this makes a whole lot of sense. We've got somebody that should have been, added, and that is the hero from Dragon Quest. And not just the Luminaire, I think that's what they call him. It's going to showcase him a little bit here. But I'm going to fast forward a little bit to where it shows the other stuff. Like, as you can see, he's fallen, and he's being basically marched on by all the clones. So we also get Dragon Quest 8, Dragon Quest, I think that's 11? Or no. He's 11. That's 9, and then... Is that... I don't know. I can't really tell you exactly who they all are. But you get different skins, and my favorite's going to be the Dragon Quest 8 characters. So it started off really good with that. And then, of course, it continued with more Fire Emblem. And, Fire Emblem. Why did I call it Fire Emblem? And it continued with Dragon Quest. And Dragon Quest is always a fun time. I never want to knock Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is always it's a good RPG. If you've never played one of the Dragon Quest games, I highly recommend it. So the next thing that they moved on to was a little bit of Luigi's Mansion, which I loved Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube. So more Luigi's Mansion is fun for me. I'm so happy about that. And it takes place in a hotel now, and it's got multiplayer and a couple of new, I guess, abilities like the suction shot, Guigi. You've also got the burst, and then you've got I think it's the scare scraper is what it's called. So there was that, and that was all fantastic. I like Luigi's Mansion, and I'm happy that he's getting another game. So Doug Bowser is the new CEO of Nintendo America, so that's why he was there for the most part, and hopefully, he takes off where Reggie left. Then we got something kind of strange. We got a Dark Crystal teaser, or I guess it wasn't much of a teaser. I guess it was more of a more of a tie-in game to the Netflix series, if there's going to be one. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know for 100% certainty what the Dark Crystal is going to be, or what it's going to tie into. But it seems like there's a couple of tie-in games here, which is fine. Like, tie-in games are always fun. Then we got one of my personal favorite games of all time, Link's Awakening, which looks absolutely adorable. I cannot wait to play it and to see what it's going to look like in its new remake. I've been excited for it since it was announced because I used to play it all the time on the Game Boy, and that's something that is very, very near and dear to me, and I'm so happy that we got that. After that, we got another Square Enix. We got another Square Enix title, Trials of Mana, which I've never played. Trials of Mana. I played Secret of Mana, and I played Sword of Mana. Sword of Mana, for some reason, it has been forgotten to Square Enix. I don't know why, but maybe one day I'll get that other Sword of Mana port. But Trials of Mana looks fantastic. Not going to really spend too much time on any single game here because you can see it, and you can always go to Nintendo's Direct page there. So the next thing that we got was Collection of Mana, which had Sword of Mana, not Sword of Mana, Final Fantasy Adventures, I think is what it was called, and Secret of Mana, Secret of Mana, and Trials of Mana, which is the first time outside of Japan. So I'm guessing what it is you get the Collection of Mana now, and you get the original, but they're also going to sell the new Trials of Mana later, and that'll be updated graphics. Then we got the thing that kind of I didn't really expect them to be able to do. They brought The Witcher to Nintendo Switch, which, I mean, it's It's Witcher, so there's not a whole lot there. Then we got some Fire Emblem. Not going to go over that because there was enough there. We got a little bit on Resident Evil. We're going to get Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6. So there's that. And then we got something that a lot of people were hoping for, but there was no real big there was no real big build up to this. Like there was what Travis Strikes Back game that came out not too long ago, and now we've got No More Heroes 3, which is good for a lot of you No More Heroes fans. I've never really played it, but I've heard nothing but good things, and I'll try it out here at some point. The next thing we got was Contra. I haven't played Contra in years. By years, I do mean I do mean I haven't played it in like 10, 11 years since I was in school and not doing illegal things to play it. So that's fun. After that, we got more Daemon X Machina. Not going to spend a whole lot of time on that. We've seen that. Then we got something that I don't think anybody saw coming. Like, after... This was where Nintendo was starting to kind of wane a little bit, and then they showed this. Panzer Dragoon, the remake. It's not a remaster, it's a complete remake. You can tell by the graphics, so nobody expected that. Kudos to you guys for pulling that one out, and looking so forward to it. We got some more information on Pokemon. That was last week, and they had a press conference. Or no, they had a... it wasn't a press conference. It was something else. But not going to spend any time on that. We got to see more Astral Shane, which was awesome. I was super happy about that. It looks super good. Platinum Games always does a fantastic job, so I'm not too worried about this game not doing well. I expect it to do pretty good, so that'll be fun to see how that plays out. And that went on for a little bit. Then we got something from John Romero, which we haven't heard from in a while. It was some kind of gangster type isometric shooter. Eh. I mean, the music was good, but that's the one thing that wasn't interesting. That was Nintendo's one, I'd say. The least interesting to me. Then we got some more Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Super excited to see that. We've got some DLC that has been announced. I'm not going to go over that because I don't really... I think planned DLC is bullshit if your game is just not fully fleshed out. Which I don't know how fleshed out a Marvel Ultimate Alliance game can be. Then we got... I forgot to mention earlier that the collection of mana was a stealth drop, so that was amazing. Then we got something that I've been waiting for. The Cadence of Hyrule. I suck completely at Crypt of the Necrodancer. I'm terrible. Like, I haven't been able to figure out how to play the game properly. And it's no fault of the game. I'm musically inclined, but I mean, it kind of feels a little off sometimes, especially when you have to sync it all up, this, that, and the other. But I'm still going to get it, and that comes out in about 2 days. We got some Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. It's Olympic Games, so I'm not going to go over that real in depth or say anything that I'm super excited for. Then I think we got a sizzle reel of different game. Nope. We got Animal Crossing. We got some information on that. That's super exciting, and I'm I really want to see where that's going to go, but unfortunately, it's May 20th, 2020, and it looks like they've added crafting. But I'm not. Nintendo does this thing where if they feel like the game's not up to snuff, they don't release it. Looking at you, Sega, but they go ahead and push the date back so that they can fix it and stuff like that. So I'm happy with that. Then we got a sizzle reel of some games. They showed off Spyro, the new DLC for Hollow Knight, Ni no Kuni, which was something I was hoping that would come to the Switch. Showed more Minecraft Dungeons. I should be prepared for this, but I'm not. The Elder Scrolls Blades. It was just a bunch of stuff that they've already shown off already. Nothing too exciting except for one game out of the bunch, and that was Super Lucky's Tale. I didn't expect that, so there was that. Then we got another Smash reveal, and oh my god, I about lost my god dang mind. For me, I like I like platformers. So when I realized what was about to happen, um, it dawned on me how much Nintendo really enjoys pleasing their fans, and and of course, the reveal was Banjo-Kazooie. So there's that. And then I think they had one more teaser. They had one more teaser for us that took everybody by surprise. I'm just gonna let it play. It's one of those things where it speaks louder than I do, and I was streaming this, and when this reveal came up, I had no words. Like my jaw, I was sitting there slack jawed. Like I had nothing I could really say or anything that I could really think. But as you can see, they've decided to go ahead and do Breath of the Wild 2, or a whatever they're going to call the sequel. And I'm always excited for a Zelda game. Like you cannot get me unexcited for one. But looks like maybe one of those famous Zelda channels might have been right with their assumption of how that malice works. So if you don't know, check out either Nintendo Black Crisis or Zelda Master, and they'll explain their view on it. But so that was Nintendo's E3 presentation, and I gotta say, like, out of all the presentations throughout E3 this year, Nintendo's was the best. I mean, it didn't really have a whole lot of it had a lot of unexpected stuff happen. Just the collection of mana, Stealth Drop, Cadence of Hyrule coming out in 2 days, which I'm going to pick up and play the fuck out of. Because I'm a Zelda whore. And then we got quite a few release dates. We got a lot of gameplay. We got breakdowns of games. So overall, a good E3 for Nintendo. They were the best out there. I do not think that. I don't think anybody could have topped them this year. And they didn't. They didn't really have to try too hard because Microsoft, Ubisoft, Bethesda, EA didn't bring their A game, so they didn't really have a whole lot of competition. Square Enix killed it, so there's that. But guys, until next time. That is my breakdown and analysis and just kind of announcement of what's coming. I'm going to give a little bit more in depth feelings some other time, but I still have to process everything. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you liked it, hit that like button. Subscribe to us if you haven't done so already. Ring the bell so you get all the notifications no matter what we do. And don't forget to stay frosty.